Firstly, welcome, Networking Nutritionists. Thank you so much for joining in today. Hopefully, you're all having a beautiful sunny day wherever you are in the world. It's pretty much a perfect day here in Southwestern Ontario, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, picture perfect today. So as we begin this call, just want to remind everyone that you're welcome to use the chat function as we go throughout our time together. And you're also welcome to use that Q&A function at the bottom of the screen in Zoom. So that's a good function to use if you do have a specific question and you want to be sure that we don't miss it, pop it in there because we'll definitely go through all of that towards the end of this call. So you see here today with me, I am joined by Ashley Fulton. She is the Growth, Sales, and Student Experience Lead at the Academy of Culinary Nutrition. Many of you on the call, either live or watching on the replay, might know the Academy of Culinary Nutrition as being founded by Megan Telpner, and having course content from both Megan and her husband Josh as well, who's also been in our group in Networking Nutritionists as a guest as well. I have been lucky enough to be a program coach at ACN for the last 5 years. And I'm really excited to have Ashley here joining us today to share a bit about this program with all of you. So specifically today, Ashley and I are going to be discussing why the Culinary Nutrition Expert Program is such a beneficial framework specifically for nutritionists. Many of you have continuing education upgrading requirements that you have to complete each year. And the Culinary Nutrition Expert Program can offer you a really excellent practical continuing education while also supporting your business development as a nutritionist. But we'll get more into that a little bit later. So before we jump into things with Ashley, the last thing that I'll mention, if you have been contemplating enrolling in the Culinary Nutrition Expert Program for a little bit of time. I know some of us can sit on fences for a little bit before we make a decision. Maybe you just haven't taken that leap. It's really important to know that this is the last year that Megan's going to be at the helm of that CNE program. So if you've been thinking about it, now really is that time to make a decision, decide about enrolling for fall. So it's great that you're here again, either live or watching on the replay, so you're able to learn some more. So thank you, Ashley, for joining me today. We're going to get into some questions here and really start digging into what the CNE program is. So if I can, the first thing I'll ask you, are you able to tell us a little bit about yourself, how you came to be involved with ACN, and also maybe a little bit about what your role entails there?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me here. It's always wonderful to connect, and I love talking about this program, so I'm so happy to be here. A bit about me: food and nutrition have always been a huge passion of mine. I took more of the advertising route, so that was always just kind of a passion in the back burner. And then I first discovered the Academy of Culinary Nutrition through one of their small programs called Everyday Herbal. And I absolutely loved it. It was just so amazing learning from Megan and Josh. It brought me so much joy. I was like playing around in the kitchen and just having so much fun. And I was like, where has this program been my entire life? So I was absolutely hooked after that content. And I ended up joining the team September of 2021. So my role here is really to just help people decide if the Culinary Nutrition Expert Program is the right fit for you. So I support you with questions that you have. I help you to create a clear vision of what it might look like for you after you have that Culinary Nutrition Expert certificate, how this can build onto your current business. I often end up being the cheerleader for people as well as they kind of decide on taking a step towards something new or different, or again, adding in that, of course, practical piece. And I would be curious, Veronica, if you have just a little bit of information on the group here. Any idea of how people are working with clients, whether it's a lot of one-on-one, group programs, clinical, like just a bit of a range? I'm curious. And anyone that's here live, feel free to pop into the chat too of how you typically are working with people.
Yeah, we have quite a range of members. So I think most of our members are in clinical practice in one way or another, working one-on-one with clients. But a lot of our members also are doing group programming online and in person. We do have some folks who are offering things a little bit outside of cooking, even like in some of Megan's programming, personal care products or herbal medicine, things like that. What else do people do? We have folks who are running health food stores, multidisciplinary clinics, developing supplements and different products to bring to market. So that could be food products. So we have a real range of folks working in the nutrition industry, like I know is true for CNE graduates as well. So that's also true within our group.
Okay, wonderful. Okay, that's good to know. And it sounds like we're covering lots of bases here, which is great.
Mhm. So why don't we start off by telling everyone what the Culinary Nutrition Expert Program is?
Yes, absolutely. That's a perfect place to start. So whether you're joining this and you have never heard the Culinary Nutrition Expert Program, or maybe you are receiving emails from us, maybe you've been to an event, maybe you know Megan and Josh, try and kind of cover the basis so everyone's feeling really good about this. I like to say you're in the right place if you have an interest in food. I'm assuming most people that are in the Networking Nutritionists probably have at least a little bit of an interest in food. You want to build on what you already know. And if you're really ready to add in that missing practical piece into your services. So how we kind of overall define the Culinary Nutrition Expert Program is that it's an online certification program in culinary nutrition. It offers practical, everyday cooking skills. And then on top of that, we really do a deeper exploration into the therapeutic properties. So about those foods that we eat and how we actually prepare them. So the program itself kicks off in September and it runs for 14 weeks. We start together, we end together, we cheer each other on when it gets rough in between. And we really like to say that there's 4 main parts to support your learning. So to kind of understand what actually goes on in these 14 weeks, I'm going to go over these four main parts. And with this as well, I'm just going to share my screen on here.
Sure.
Okay, wonderful. And as Veronica said, you're getting the sneak peek. This is not available anywhere on our website. So you're really getting behind the scenes today. So our first part is the program modules. So this is the pre-recorded content that is coming into your inbox every single week. We know, it's been 2.5 years where almost everything we do is on Zoom. And so we can understand if hearing an online class, you're just like, I don't know if I can do more screen time. And we get that. The thing about this program is that we've created this modules with the understanding that online learning is very different than in-person learning. So all these modules are created to be very easy to digest. They're max 15-20 minutes per actual session. And it's really about you feeling confident, getting that food-focused, nutrition-based content. So as you can see here, every week, you'll be looking at a new module. We kind of cover lots of things inside. I'm going to just choose one for now to kind of get a deeper look, but then you can understand that goes deeper into all of them here. So if we're going into, say, module 6 is liquid nutrition, smoothies, and juices. So this is what it would look like for week 6 for you in the program, is you get access to this pre-recorded module in here. As you can see, this whole large module is going to be broken into 8 parts. And within here, you have a 12-minute video, which will be Megan in this kitchen that I'm actually in right now today. And then we go over lots of interesting information that, again, is practical for what you're actually needing in the kitchen. So just do a quick little run through here. Again, these videos are 9 minutes, so it's very easy to fit within the current work you're doing, the one-on-ones you're already hosting, the program groups that you're running as well. That's really going in. So as you can see, within one module, you kind of get it broken down into the smaller parts. Anyone who's live, do you have any questions at all about modules? Anything, Veronica, on your end in terms of modules or kind of seeing this aspect that you'd like to add?
What I would like to add, I think the biggest thing for me, and this was true when I took the program in 2014. I was in one of the first runs that they did online. It's very, very structured and very organized. And so you see that in what you're sharing there, how all of the modules are lined up week by week. There's different subparts underneath. It's so organized and structured, which I found was really different from a lot of other online courses where you can kind of get lost in all of the different parts. So the fact that it does have this structure, and then I'm sure you're going to talk about some of the accountability pieces that are built in as well, really keeps you focused as you move throughout those 14 weeks.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that you're saying that, because we know there's so many other things going on in your world. So being, you'll get an email Friday morning saying your next module is open, and we really take you through the steps. We want your brain power to be used to be learning this knowledge and not to be trying to figure out, oh my gosh, what do I have to be watching this week? What am I supposed to be doing? And yes, we'll definitely be chatting more about accountability, because that is a key aspect here. So I'm going to go into the second of 4 parts of the program. And this is also something that I always find exciting. People get really excited about as well. And that's the written assignments, which again, Veronica is very familiar with. You've marked probably hundreds of these by now.
Lots of them, yes.
So your written assignments is where you're really learning the skills to be a critical thinker. Of course, you're making beautiful, delicious, vibrant, nutritious meals, but we also want to make sure you're learning, again, that practical missing piece, so that when you leave this program and you get your certificate, you feel so confident to be able to add in that food-focused nutrition aspect when you're working one-on-one, when you have your group programs, however you're really envisioning this piece fitting in. So here's just a quick little overview so you get a back end seeing, and this is truly what your student dashboard would look like, of what your assignments are week to week. Again, they build on each other, and every week you'd be handing them in directly to your one-on-one program coach, and you will be getting feedback. And our program coaches are incredible. They're all wonderful people. They aren't, some robot that's just marking and using AI or something silly. It's a real human that's actually going through your content. They're seeing you grow week to week. And again, they want you to succeed. So it's really about how these assignments are keeping you on track. They're keeping you accountable, and they're allowing you to truly build in the knowledge so by the time you're finished, you really know. Something I wanted to point out specific was assignment 4, which is the client info package. This is one that can sometimes push people outside of their comfort zones in a really wonderful way. What happens is that you'll be choosing a specific health condition. So it's wonderful if you are, maybe you've been working for a while and you're seeing a condition quite often, you could choose that. Maybe it's something you'd like to focus on. And what you're really going to do throughout these assignments is you're going to find the foods that are harmful. And again, getting to the root cause, you're getting really deep. How are these foods harmful to this health condition? And then you're going to find the foods that are helpful. So again, what are those key nutrients, and how can we ensure when you're working with a client, you're not talking about nutrients that they're not going to understand. How can you put that in a grocery list and a recipe that they can then bring into their day-to-day? So this just gives you a quick idea of those written assignments. Again, anything on your end, Veronica, to add in on the written assignment aspect?
Yeah, the thing that I love the most about the written assignments, both as a student when I took it, and then also now as a program coach, getting to see what other folks are creating, is the fact that all of these assignments work together. So you're really creating a whole package of materials that you could present to a client. You can have them travel throughout your business doing different things with you, whether it's a menu plan, or it's your information package, or it's a piece of content that's going to be put on your website. All the different aspects that go into creating a really cohesive package of information and service offerings for your client are all outlined in these different assignments. So I'm going to keep coming back to that word practical, because it is such a practical way to learn. And these are things that you'll be able to, after the course is over, replicate and do for more different conditions potentially, and be able to use those within your business as well. So it really sets you up when you're done to have one whole offering for new clients to onboard into your business, and then to have those skills to replicate that going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's zero fluff when it comes to these assignments. It's all about how can you use this once you finish the program. So I'm going to have those two there. So we've gone over 2 of 4 parts of the program. So the third one is, of course, it's culinary nutrition. You will be in the kitchen, you will be making meals. We say it's about 3 to 4 hours per week that you'll be in the kitchen. It's screen-free time. It's time where you can double it up as your menu prep for the week anyways. And it's really fun. If you're someone who loves food and loves cooking, I'm sure this will excite you. If you're someone who makes the same 3 meals on rotation, I think it's time to be pushed and try something a little bit new. So here again is a little back end scoop of the recipes. So when it says here, like recipe assignment 2, that would be 1 week. And it's kind of fun. As you see, you're making a curry powder. It's a lot of simple things that then just comes into your everyday life of like, oh my gosh, I can make these beautiful spice blends, or I can make my own barbecue sauce, nuts and seed melts. So yeah, it's a really lovely variety that you'll be making every week. And again, it's time away from a screen where you can just be in and making the food. In terms of accountability, you will be providing images of your recipes as well as the steps to make them to your program coach, and a little bit of feedback as well. To make sure it's happening, because we know we just need that little extra bit of accountability, because if we push it off, it might not happen. So that's just added in as a way for you to actually get to try out the recipes, taste them, and really interact with the culinary aspect.
Mm-hmm. This was one of my favorite parts of the program when I took it. It was a challenging time in my personal life, a lot of transitions, and I felt completely in a rut with food. And so this did exactly what you said. It just pushed me to make some new recipes, try some new things, get back into the kitchen in a way that was really enjoyable. So it was nice to have that structure to kind of re-engage and fall in love with food and cooking all over again.
I love that. Yeah. And it's true. Like there is a structure, and some of them you'll see, so say here on the recipe assignment 3, we have 2 options. And the reason is everything in this program is gluten-free, dairy-free, and majority is plant-based, but we really believe that every unique human has a unique food philosophy. So we have one that's a bit more vegan focused, one that's a bit more paleo focused. So for you personally, if you feel you need to add in specific ingredients to these meals, you're welcome to do so. You have the options to switch things up, as well as if you aren't able to find access to the ingredients. You always have flexibility. We're not going to regiment in those kind of ways. So we have structure, and then there's a little bit of freedom within those recipes as well. Okay, let me just stop here. And our 4th part of the program and how you're going to really learn is the live Q&A session. So that will be happening Thursdays from 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's where you have a chance to really connect with the community. Of course, being part of this wonderful community is so awesome, and you can really understand the important aspect of being able to connect with people who just get it. So these live sessions will be used to answer any questions you have so that you're feeling 100% supported. We really focus on making sure the questions aren't Googleable. So it's really where we're going in depth. We also will look into headlines, what's kind of happening this week that relates to culinary nutrition, and have a discussion around that. And then you actually get a chance to connect with the community. So it's really exciting, especially if you're looking to add something new into your offerings, or you just want to chat with people again who understand. Maybe you have a very selective eating child and you're like, I just need other parents to help me support this. Whatever it is, it's just nice to kind of meet people that get it. So those live sessions, they're always recorded. So if you can't make it live, you still get everything out of them. And again, it's all very easy to access and very structured to find, whether you're joining live or using that recording.
Amazing. And all 4 of those aspects really work quite well together to support students as they move through those 14 weeks. And really, you're completely set up for success. There's nothing left out, no T's that haven't been crossed. So moving on from that, are you able to describe the different levels of programming that are available? Because there's a few different options for enrollment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will just share this again. So there's a few different options for enrollment, because everyone on this call, either live or recording, is nutritionist. I'm going to make the assumption that we are taking it for more of a professional reason. So with that in mind, I would recommend either the certified professional, or the certified deluxe level. The honorary level is wonderful, but it's really more focused on someone who has personal goals. So when it comes to the certified level, this is our most popular level. It goes through the 14 weeks of the program of all the modules that I've already shown. It has that one-on-one program coach. And upon successful completion of the program, you will have the certificate of a culinary nutrition expert. So the certified really covers all of your bases. It gets everything you need. And again, has that accountability added to it. The certified professional level is maybe you're at a point in your business where you're brand new and you're needing some extra business support, or maybe you're really looking to take your business to the next level. So that's where the certified professional is wonderful. It includes everything in the certified level, plus it has a 6-week business program. The business program happens about mid-January to end of February. It's run by Megan. So again, this will be the final year that this business program is taught. And it's wonderful. She's been in this world for 10 plus years. She's done so many amazing things. And of course, she's such a wonderful person. So that business program, it's not, the template to $1 billion that we see online all the time. It's very much you getting clear on your business and being able to work in a way that makes you money and also makes you feel good. So that is with the certified professional level. And then on the end, we have the certified deluxe level. So again, that includes that 14-week basic of the certification. It includes the 6-week business program. And then on top of that, it has a 2-year license as a certified culinary nutrition instructor. So that means that you have 9 done for you cooking classes, ready to go, logistics done, marketing done, everything done for you that you can truly get access to and begin doing right away. So if that's something, again, if you're running group programs and you want to start teaching cooking classes, this is an incredible resource, and you can truly make your money back within 2 classes as long as you put in the work. So those are the main options. And again, I would really recommend the certified professional, or certified deluxe for this crew, just to make sure you're getting that certification and the professional level.
Awesome. Sorry, I muted myself. There's a lot of noise happening outside of my window all of a sudden, so hopefully it's not coming through too badly. With those 3 different levels, I just want to make sure that everyone takes away with that certified level. That's where you start to get access to a program coach, where someone's keeping you more accountable to all of the different assignments that are part of the program. And then the higher levels, I'm wondering if you can dive a little bit into what is offered within that business program. And you touched on a bit of the teaching resources, but for those who would be interested in that business aspect and launching their business, what else is included in that second 6-week chunk?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm having some outdoor work out here too, so I hope it's all okay.
Perfect timing.
It's always like this. Yeah, absolutely. So within the 6-week business course, you will, again, be showing the modules of how you can really get clear on what your offerings are. We go over how to price them, how to brand them, how to, if you have already built a website, how to kind of optimize that website. If you need first steps on that, we go through that as well. There also is 2 live hot seats, which are incredible. They're so valuable. It allows you just to give a bit more information about yourself, and you'll be working one-on-one with Megan. It can seem nervous, but it's really, really wonderful. And she will kind of walk you through maybe next steps, suggestions, and help. There's also a private Facebook community. It's on Facebook for now, at least, and it's very beneficial. Myself, actually, I used to work supporting small businesses. So I work with that and providing a lot of resources, and Megan does as well, just again, to be able to help and grow. And then there's also a 3-hour workshop for included in the 6-week business course. And that is when you are very focused. It's live, but it's also will be recorded as well. And it's very much being able to, again, take the information of your business and actually make it happen. We find often it's a lot easier to work in the business versus on the business. So if you find you're kind of getting cut off with, you have clients and people are coming and things are happening, which is wonderful, but maybe it's not happening in a way that you want. Maybe something's feeling just not quite right. So for you to really take the time to set up a business that works for you, it can feel hard to take away that time away from clients, but it's so important in the long run to really make something sustainable, that you're not going to get burnt out, and you're working with the people that you want to work with. So yeah, similar to the Culinary Nutrition Expert Program, all the modules are pre-recorded. You don't have a program coach with this because we can't really say, you know, build a website by tomorrow. That's just not realistic. So instead, you'll have templates and tasks lists where you're going to have to hold yourself accountable a bit more, but you can really line out, okay, by May, I want to have this done. By March, I want to have this done, and set yourself up again to build that sustainable business. I think that hopefully gives a more in-depth for the business program.
Yeah, definitely. And then for the teaching portal, you mentioned all of the done for you resources. So can you go a little bit more detail about what all is included there?
Yeah, and I think the best way, I'm going to bring this up on my screen again and share all of the wonderful courses that you get with that as well. Because again, it's so many resources. It's very okay. So again, here would be the teaching resources portal for you on the back end. I'm going to take it over to modules. So this is truly, like, if you think of it as a resource portal, as, you know, a space to support you for 2 years. You have it for a 2-year license. So as you can see, the first few modules are really about setting you up. There's things we don't think about, like insurance, like liabilities, all these things that come with cooking classes. We never want anyone to feel nervous, but we want to make sure, again, you have the knowledge to be able to run them in a way that's going to protect yourself as well. So these are all modules based on just setting yourself up. We include pricing and filling your class, and just all the little things in between. We also have a whole new module about teaching online. And then you can see here, so we have 9 in total done for you cooking classes. So there's family favorites, anti-inflammatory, allergen friendly, cooking for good digestion, meal prep made easy, eating for awesome energy. Is that okay? Can you hear it pretty badly?
I can hear it, but we can still hear you.
Okay, let me know and I can try and shimmy down some windows. Actually, one second, I'm going to. Okay, I don't know if that.
I don't think your earbuds quite connected yet.
Okay. Are they
There you
connected
are.
now? Okay.
Yeah,
We'll
you're
see.
good.
Maybe that helps. Yeah, so we have Smoothies and Elixirs Magic, Best Healthy Breakfast, and Fearless Fermentations. These are 9, again, done free cooking classes. I'll just click into one and know that you get this exact same information for every single one. Going to gosh, eating for awesome energy. So once you go into here, again, we have it broken up into in-person as well as online. And there's so much wonderful information. So we have promos, we have the recipes, we have the student handout, we have the full logistics plan, which is incredible. I'll show that one as well as basic images to you. So again, everything you need, you have. And so when you look into this logistics plan, it starts 2 days before the class even begins, which is incredible. Again, it's structured, it's organized, it allows you to show up and be you. It doesn't mean, you know, you're stressing about what's going to happen and what's going to happen. Megan's kind of gone through all the hiccups to be able to put into this from teaching cooking classes for so long. So again, this is the logistics you have for every single one that will make your cooking classes so smooth and so easy. We've had graduates in the past say they've showed up in a community kitchen or somewhere for the first time, and people are just blown away, the organizers, that this is their first cooking class, because they're just so organized. People are loving it, people are learning, and they're not stressed. They can actually enjoy it. Yeah, that's a little back end of the teaching resources portal.
Yeah, thank you. That's a good little sneak peek because there is so much stuff packed in there. So now that we've gone over most of the program overview, kind of what it is there anything that you really want to impart to anyone who's listening live or on the replay of what makes the CNE program different from other nutrition programs that might be available online.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we hear over and over again is that graduates really do describe this program as the missing piece. It truly provides, again, I know we keep saying it, but it really has that practical in the kitchen education that you're able to bring into your practice. When Megan created the curriculum, her whole vision was called Teaching the Teachers. And so what that really looked like is for you to be able to take this information in a way that can then be brought to your clients, to your group programs, to your networks, to your communities. It's truly in a way for you to digest it and bring it back. And then, yeah, the second part is that accountability aspect. You start the program all as one together. You feel the energy. Everyone wears orange. You kind of see an apron behind me. Orange Days the Day t-shirts. And once you're in it, you really feel in it. And then once you finish the program, you still feel in it. As you can see with Veronica, finished in 2014 and still involved 6 years later. The alumni is truly here to support each other. Right now we do have it still on Facebook. It's a very active group. You, after you graduate, are able to submit blog posts for the website, the Academy of Culinary Nutrition website. Yeah, so having that community and that support is another thing that I think is really unique and just needed. It's always nice when you can just be able to connect with really genuine and wonderful people from all over the world.
Mm-hmm. All very, very true. On the kind of nitty-gritty side of things, for anyone who is thinking about enrolling, you mentioned that it starts in September and it's 14 weeks. During that period of time, can you share how much time students should expect to set aside for the coursework?
Yeah, absolutely. So we say between 12 and 16 hours per week. And many people say, I have a full-time job, I have children, I have other priorities. How is this going to happen? And the answer is you're able to make it happen. We really believe it's only 14 weeks. Majority of our students do have full-time jobs or other main priorities, and they make it happen. So we really look at, okay, what does that actually look like in terms of that 12 to 16 weeks? Again, about 12 to 16 hours, about 3 to 4 hours per week are cooking, which you're probably already cooking, so you're just replacing that with recipes here. You have about 2 to 3 hours that are, again, those module watching. So maybe Netflix at night turns into, learning how to make nut and seed milk. So it's having those little swaps in mind if that number feels a bit overwhelming. And the other wonderful thing is that if you join now, you have access to your first assignment, and that will take off about 2 hours per week. So if you join now, you can already complete one assignment before the program even begins, and really set yourself up for success.
Mm-hmm. That's excellent. I wanted to, because we do have a pretty diverse group in Networking Nutritionists as well. So I wanted to share some of the types of students that enroll in the Culinary Nutrition Expert Program. So I will share from my experience, and I'm curious from your experience, what sorts of people are you finding are enrolling in this program?
Yeah, it's exciting because the program, again, has that structure, but has the flexibility within it where people are able to really use it for what they need. So we have lots of nutritionists that do join, again, for that added practical piece. We're seeing a really wonderful group of people who have been, in the same career for maybe 20, 25 years and have always had a passion for nutrition and are now joining this program. So that's been really exciting to welcome people in for kind of a second career. And then I'd say the third kind of portion are people that are in the culinary world, chefs that want to add that nutrition aspect. So I'd say very much nutritionists, people that are looking for a whole new second career, and then chefs and people in the culinary world are kind of our three main groups that we see. Yeah, it's always exciting.
It is always exciting. I'll say in my cohorts, I've also had a bunch of folks in the fitness world. So where they've been thinking about the body and health from one particular lens, and now they're opening their minds a little bit more to include the food and nutrition aspect, but also a lot of professionals. Last year I had an anesthesiologist, we've had like functional medicine doctors. There's lots of people with high level education who are also able to come into this program and, like you said, get out of it what they need. So their assignments might look a little bit different from someone who is coming in right out of nutrition school. But it really is something that you're able to tailor to what's going to be most useful for you to carry forward into your career. So I think that's an important part for everyone to know as well, is that yes, there's structure, but you can make it work for you.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's always exciting with professionals. We have quite a few pharmacists. I've been talking to quite a few pharmacists recently, and nurses. We've had a ton of nurses join too. I can imagine from the program coach side of being able to see just kind of how, again, people are taking the information and applying it to what they need.
Yeah, it's amazing. So we're getting towards the end of our time together. So let me ask you, are there any specific offers available from ACN right now that people should be aware of?
Yes, absolutely. So right now you can pay your tuition over 3 months. This will only be available until July 15th. So that really allows you to pay your first payment when you register, 30 days second payment, and then 30 days will be your third payment. So that is available right now for all of the program levels.
Wonderful. And so I wanted to share as well for folks who are in the Networking Nutritionist group, because I have been so lucky to be a program coach for the last 5 years. And I love Networking Nutritionists and I love the culinary nutrition community. So I also wanted to give a bit of a special offer. So I do have an affiliate link that's linked to that backend portal that you saw Ashley sharing. And so anyone from our group in Networking Nutritionists who wants to enroll, or if you wanted to share the information with someone and they use the link to enroll, I'm going to offer 3 30-minute coaching calls in advance of the 3 larger assignments. So Ashley had mentioned sometimes the assignment 4, which is a big client information package on a specific condition, can overwhelm some folks a little bit. So in advance of those, we could jump on. I can look at what you've got drafted. We can talk about how to improve it to really give you that even extra access from a coaching standpoint to be able to be really successful with those assignments. So wanted to offer that to our wonderful community, and any of your contacts or those of you who are watching as well, you're free to share that. And I'm happy to offer that coaching to everyone.
Amazing. It's truly like, that is so valuable. We always have people that are, looking for that extra time. So I think whoever joins with Veronica, you're just going to be set up for a wonderful 14 weeks.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Is there anything else, Ashley, that you wanted to cover before I open up? I know we've got a few joining us live still. We can open up for questions if there is any. But was there anything else that you thought we should share that maybe we didn't cover over the course of the last 40 minutes?
I think we're good. We've covered a lot of information, I know. And obviously Veronica is a wonderful resource. So if you have questions, to reach out to her. I'm also always happy to chat with anyone. So if you do want to have a one-on-one call, or you just have something specific that comes to mind if you're watching the replay, again, my job here is just to make sure you're feeling supported. So please know that I am a resource and I would love to be able to connect. Veronica, if you want to share my email, I'm happy to include that as well. Yeah, again, I think it's just knowing that 2022 is going to be a very special year. It's the last year you'll see the curriculum as is. It's the last year with Megan at the helm, and the energy is wonderful. It's just so exciting, and being a part of that is exciting.
I will do that when I post up the replay in our group. I'll include Ashley's information also in the comments there, or you all are welcome to direct message me. Happy to talk about the program if there's anything that we have missed over the course of this call. Just checking into the chat to make sure there's nothing there. I'm looking at the Q&As to see what we've got going on. I don't see any questions coming in, so that might be everything there is to share then. Maybe just to give everyone a moment in case someone's feverishly typing, are you able to go back a little bit and talk about some of those really specific benefits to nutritionists. I know we talked about those practical elements and the assignments, but also for me, from a continuing education standpoint, most of us have requirements anyway. So we're going to pick some sort of course to take. So is there anything for you that really stands out when you do talk to that group of nutritionists who are a core part of ACN student body? What did they tell you afterwards?
Yeah, I think that's wonderful, and especially with the continuing education. I think a big part is that this is what they're hearing all the time from their clients. Is their clients want to know, okay, what does this look like on my plate? And we know how much time and energy it takes to source recipes, to test recipes, to create recipes, to build menu plans, to build meal prepping. It's a lot. It's a lot, and it's also like you're already doing so many things. Like it's really hard to balance all those hats. So that's really why this program was created, just to make it easier for you to be able to give that need to your clients. They're looking for that. At the same time, you're not adding another 5 hours to your day by, searching up what they need and trying to put it all together. So it's a skill. Yeah, it's such a valuable skill that I think we kind of forget that recipe development, menu planning, again, creating all these things is something you can learn. And that's exactly what you learn with this program.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that. Okay. I don't see any more questions coming in. So I think that just about wraps up our time together. So I appreciate that, Ashley, you showing everyone the sneak peek into the back end of things so they can take a look at that module format and how everything's delivered, all of the recipe assignments and the written assignments, knowing that if they do register now, they can get a head start on that first assignment and get it out of the way before the busyness of the fall kicks in is an excellent bonus. Having that 3-month payment plan option until July 15th is amazing. Those of you watching, you have access to both Ashley and I to make sure that you do feel really confident in your decision while you're trying to decide whether to join this fall. Again, while it's Megan's last time in the lead of this program, this final iteration of this version of the CNE program, and knowing that you have access to that bonus with me, do some coaching before your bigger assignments to really brush them up and get everything as polished as it possibly can be. So if there are questions when afterwards, or folks who are watching on the replay, you can put them in the comments within our group, and I will include Ashley's information as well. So if you do want to reach out to her, we will include that email. So thank you again, Ashley, for spending this time with me. That was great. I'm glad our noise didn't last too long, whoever was doing construction outside. So I appreciate you coming on, sharing your time, and giving us that sneak peek into the back.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me. And I hope that there's some people here that we can welcome into the community and enjoy, ask questions, make sure you're feeling supported. And thank you everyone for your time today.
All right. Thanks so much. You take good care. All right. Bye, everyone.